Today's Dharma talk is on the practice of letting go. The Buddha's teachings tell us about the practice of letting go. Master Thich Nhat Hanh says, if we truly want to let go, we should love more, not less. But how do we do this? When something occurs, we intellectually know we should practice letting go, as it can affect our demeanour, our emotional contentment, and our happiness. So we tell ourselves to let go and step away mindfully from the incident. But it's a push, an effort. What we are in fact doing is letting others control our happiness. The reason it is so difficult to let go is that in many cases we are attached to outcomes that are based in our perceived view of fairness and justice. We should let go of the future and simply enjoy this moment. But these are just words of reason that we tell ourselves so we can cover the fact that it's really our ego that gets in the way and prevents us from letting go. We say to ourselves, why should I overlook your wrongdoing? Why should I let you off from your rudeness or your unpleasantness or your mindless actions towards me? But it's not about letting somebody off. It's about our demeanour and our personal calmness. So how do we let go? As I said earlier, we know the teachings. So we push and we work towards allow ourselves to let go. When in the reality of our Zen practice, it should just happen smoothly and of its own accord. Letting go should just come naturally as a part of our daily Zen experience. The inability to let go can also get caught up in the third precept of the Buddha, to abstain from improper speech, as both are attached and entangled in the ego. We tell ourselves and others that our words and our emotions against the perpetrator is justified. It's a justified form of retribution. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is quoted as saying, "Attachment is the root of suffering. Hence it is the cause of suffering." The inability to let go also resonates in the second noble truth of suffering, and is due not only to attachments, to expectations, but also to grasping and clinging. We grasp and we cling to the belief that the only way for us to achieve emotional contentment again is to simply regain what is lost. Even when we know and understand that we cannot reverse the situation. When in truth, it's our ego getting in the way of our peace and tranquility in life. Even when we're trying to practice non-attachment, the ego still gets in the way. In Master Zuyun's poem and teaching, The Poise of a Dying Man, the poise of a dying man is of knowing what is important and what is not, and of being accepting and loving. What would a dying man do if someone were to insult him? What would a dying man do if someone were to offend him? A dying man knows the pointlessness of enmity. The dying seek only love and peace. So in Zuyun's teaching, we should take the poise of a dying man and let go of others' adversity towards us, and let it just roll off us like the water off a dying man. In the years of teaching Buddhist practice and Zen mindfulness, many students have asked me, how do we let go? What is the process? What is the formula? As I have never seen it written, and I've never seen or heard it spoken, I've never seen a step-by-step formula for the practice of letting go. The answer I give to them is from my own experience, and I'd like to share that with you now. I found 3 ways to learn to let go. The first is through the practice of Zazen. Yes, in the short term, the practice of Zazen brings us a guaranteed positive outcome of the arising of the sensation of peace and tranquility. But in the longer term, 10, maybe 11, maybe 12 months, over this longer period of the very regular resting of the body, calming of the mind, bringing the mind into a state of stillness, silence and clarity, what I have found that happens over the longer period is that this stillness and this silence and this clarity of mind and this constant resting of the body tends to ease our ego and soften our attitude. And when our attitude is softened and our ego is eased, the ability to let go comes in. The second way I found let go is through the trilogy of hearing. The trilogy of hearing is the studying of the Buddha's teachings to gain knowledge, contemplating this knowledge to gain understanding, and then placing that knowledge and that understanding in the stillness, silence and clarity of a meditative mind. When we have knowledge, when we have understanding, and we have clarity of mind on any subject you like, rocket science or plumbing, doesn't matter. Knowledge, understanding, clarity of mind, here we're talking about life, the outcome is wisdom. From wisdom comes emotional contentment. From emotional contentment comes peace of mind. And from peace of mind comes the ability to let go. The third way is an understanding of the second of the 5 hindrances. The second hindrance of the Buddha is called ill will. When somebody commits a grievous offence against us, we tend to develop ill will. This is where we start to get stuck in our mind and we role play it over and over again. What he said, what he did, what I said, what I did. It goes on and on. We start to develop ill will. The Buddha gave us a wonderful, wonderful antidote for ill will. The practice of patience and tolerance. But once again, people go, why should I practice patience and tolerance with somebody who has been so unpleasant towards me? As I tell my students, it's not about the other person. It's about returning to our own demeanour, our own emotional contentment, to our own state of happiness. That's why I practice patience and tolerance. But once again, the ego gets in the way. We feel like we're letting someone off. We're not letting someone off. We're coming ourselves back to our home self, to our natural state of calmness and demeanour. So, these are the three ways. These are the three ways that I have learnt and come to practice letting go. But we are all individuals and different. And we need to find our own path to the mountaintop. If we pick up a piece of wood, it can be heavy. But if we let it go, then the heaviness is gone. So remember, burdens are only heavy if you hold on to them. I hope my thoughts on this and experience in this matter may be of some benefit to you and others today.